So, did you know that being in a toxic narcissistic relationship not only affects your mental health, it can affect your physical health as well?
Lee is actually correct about this. Being in a toxic relationship with a narcissist can have a very negative impact on your mental health and your overall health and well-being. Toxic relationships can be emotionally, physically, and mentally draining. They can leave you pretty much feeling helpless and traumatized. You are constantly being criticized and belittled, manipulated, and controlled, dealing with a bunch of gaslighting and blaming and shaming, not to mention passive aggressive behavior, not receiving any type of affection whatsoever, jealousy and possessiveness too. Many narcissistic relationships are both toxic and abusive in nature. Toxic relationships tend to cause more emotional harm, opposed to abusive relationships with some form of emotional, sexual, or physical abuse being used to control the other person. And toxic relationships are not always romantic relationships as well. Some, sadly, have narcissistic parents or other family members. Criticism, belittling, manipulation, and control are very harmful. They can cause one to be in emotional distress, which leads to mental health problems like anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Toxic relationships can affect you socially as well. Sometimes victims feel isolated and cut off from their emotional support system. Mental health wise, things like PTSD, depression, anxiety disorders, substance use disorders, and also suicidal ideation and attempts. This is why it's very important to set boundaries and reach out for help. You need support. You need to engage in self-care. These are all important. Definitely, if you are still in a toxic relationship, plan to exit because it was not meant for you to be in to begin with, but everything has an ending at some point or another, and it's time for you to go, baby. It's time for you to make your exit, your grand exit. And we all know about going no contact. Going no contact is definitely necessary when it comes to getting away from a narcissist, freeing yourself from that toxic relationship. And toxic relationships can also lead to you having health complications because of the stress, all the physical and mental stress that you're experiencing can have a bad impact on your body and your brain too. You can start to experience brain fog. You just can't remember things. You can't think clearly. It's really, really not healthy to be in a toxic relationship. I'm She. I have a background in mental health counseling. I have provided treatment for narcissists as well as victims. And I have been a victim myself. I've been an NA victim myself. So that's who I am. If you enjoy content about toxic relationships, narcissists, mental health altogether, do follow me for more. And also please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. All right. Later, y'all.